not everybody is influencer world savvy enough to know that if you put hashtag brand name here, partner, it's probably a paid post. Like, this is the reason why the laws of you have to add a hashtag ad or hashtag paid partnership. This is the entire reason why these laws have come about, is because of this deception. Honestly, I feel like YouTube beauty influencers were taking advantage of prior, and now that drama happened on YouTube, it seems to now have transferred over to TikTok, and TikTok is just kind of like a few years in the past when it comes to this. Which that just sucks, because that just means like people will be shady. They'll be shady even if they don't need to be. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm certain the people that watch Michaela are not going to be people that just instantly stop watching her because something she's promoting is a paid partnership. Hello, and welcome to Embodying Mystical Mac. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today, we have kind of a bit of a ranty video. I wasn't going to talk about this because I'm not a beauty YouTuber. I'm not a commentary channel in the sense of like commenting on drama and things like that. But I just, every time I hear about a new development in this situation, a fire gets lit under my ass, and I just have to talk about it, especially since in the last, not the last couple videos, but before my review of the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, for the Wizarding Game debacle, as well as for the Great Galar War, my focus is humans behaving badly, right? And badly meaning just not like good humans that inspire trust in other humans, or inspire any sort of caring, honest, and loving world that I would want to live in. And this situation, the more that it unravels, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of done unraveling at this point, I hope, just really gets under my skin a little bit. So if you haven't deduced by the title, I'm gonna be using the whole Lashgate nonsense thing that happened with Michaela Nogueira to speak on the fact that the amount of morally bankrupt as an influencer that you have to be. Notice I didn't say as a person. I'm not judging these people as people. I'm not judging Michaela as a person. I'm judging her as a beauty influencer. The kind of moral bankruptcy you have to have in your profession, in that mentality that you operate with in your profession as especially a beauty influencer, to do what she's been doing. Because now, sure, Lashgate happened, but apparently she lied about a foundation as well. So yeah, just the blatant lying to the people that quite literally put you where you are, and then the complete cowardice and how she's handled it, meaning not at all, really fucking irks me, and I want to talk about it, okay? For those of you that are unaware, congratulations. I slightly envy you a little bit. There's been this TikTok beauty influencer that essentially did a paid partnership with L'Oreal around one of their mascaras, and during a cut, they put on, or she put on, like these wisps at the end of her lashes that were very much falsies. They very much look like falsies. I obviously can't say 100% for sure because I wasn't there filming it with her, but they were falsies. People commenting noticed, other freaking beauty influencers noticed, and apparently she's done this before by exaggerating a foundation powder prior, by essentially like caking on a lot of it and sort of making it look way more stark than it actually was, making this like medium to low coverage foundation powder appear very, very, very full coverage. And rightfully so, a lot of the people that watch her felt kind of duped when they went home and they tried the foundation. And, you know, some of them took it in stride and are like, well, maybe if you apply like a lot of layers, you'll get what she had. But regardless, these are just two incidences that people have caught that we know. But not only that, apparently this same influencer hasn't been putting hashtag paid partnership on the videos that are paid partnerships. That is so stupid for a couple reasons. One, you can get fined for that shit, okay? There are fucking laws around this shit now, and I'm pretty certain there's some sort of repercussion if somebody like was to report you, if that was to be seen by someone who could take action, right, in that regard. But the most important reason is you're literally wrecking the platform you created. Because that is fucking deception and false advertisement and manipulation. Because, like, not everybody is influencer world savvy enough to know that if you put hashtag brand name here, partner, it's probably a paid post. Like, this is the reason why the laws of you have to add a hashtag ad or hashtag paid partnership. This is the entire reason why these laws have come about, is because of this deception that, honestly, I feel like YouTube beauty influencers were taking advantage of prior, and now that got raked through the coals and, you know, that drama happened on YouTube, it seems to now have transferred over to TikTok, and TikTok is just kind of like a few years in the past when it comes to this shit. Which that just sucks, because that just means like people will be shady. They'll be shady even if they don't fucking need to be. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm certain the people that watch Michaela are not going to be people that just instantly stop watching her because something she's promoting is a paid partnership, or it doesn't work as well on their skin as it did on hers. Like, as long as it's an honest review and you disclose all the information that needs disclosing, that it's a paid partnership, you know, all that. By the way, if it's a paid partnership, I'm assuming you care about this brand, you associate with the brand. Like, you have a choice over whether you take paid partnerships or not, right? Those are brand deals that you have to sign things, contracts over. And if you don't fuck with the brand, if you already don't fuck with the product, if you don't like the product, or you know you're gonna have to exaggerate it, which, by the way, she didn't have to. She didn't. Because for the foundation ad, Maybelline did not use people that exaggerated the makeup. On their platforms, they used people who used it as intended, naturally. And I'll bet you L'Oreal probably is not advertising people with falsies. And if they are on a commercial, that is a whole other thing. Going back to the shady Michaela not putting paid partnership on her shit. Because when you're watching a commercial, you know it's a commercial. You're trusting the influencer to not only give you an honest review, but also to put paid partnership on there, so you're aware that on some level, this is a commercial. Now, Michaela has had to backlog a bunch of her videos because, meaning backlog as in go back to a bunch of them and add that hashtag paid partnership, because she hadn't been doing so in the first place. So she's not disclosing that it's a paid partnership. She's lying on some of them, from what I can see. And then when all of this shit starts coming out, bitch stays silent. For those of you that want to be like, me, bitch is not derogatory here. It's just like the girl's silent. She ain't talking right now. So you're dishonest, and then you're avoidant. Yeah, if I was some of her followers, I would have unfollowed her. I would have never believed any other ad that she's ever done. And I honestly wouldn't be able to watch her content because I would feel like I'm just a number to her. Like I'm just another little number to be manipulated. And what's really shitty is that you have some people coming out and being like, well, commercials lie all the time, and I already gave you the point of like, yeah, sure, but that's a commercial, and we know that's a commercial. May I say as well to people who want to use that bullshit defense, the reason y'all have a job, the reason influencing became what it became is because people are fucking sick of being manipulated by commercials. Especially when it comes to things like beauty products and skincare and things like that. Like you want to know that that works for a human, for another human that shows themselves authentically and can discern and try this product and really, truly, honestly let you know. Because of course the commercial is going to say it's great. Of course the commercial is going to say it does everything that it needs to do. Of course it will. People are done with that. They don't want that. That is why influencers have a fucking job. So how about you don't throw that fucking job away and start honestly creating this environment of suspicion for the entire community. And by the way, I'm not even a part of this community, but I fucking feel for them because of this one girl's actions and then some other people coming out of the work being like, well, commercials, false advertise all the time, trying to defend that. Like, dude, if I was just a follower of y'all, I'd be like, okay, delete her, delete him, delete that. Let's not follow any of these people because apparently it's justified to lie to me. That is what they're telling me by defending Michaela, is they will lie to me too for a paycheck. They'll exaggerate the product in the videos that I would be watching to see if that actually works too for a paycheck. Because who cares? Commercials do it all the time. No, it's on fucking principle. Your job exists because commercials false advertise and people are tired of it. So don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for everybody. Don't fucking ruin it for yourself. But I wanted to talk about this because it's just incredibly infuriating. Like, we have this world now where you can literally make a living out of reviewing products that you like, right? Because you should not be taking brand deals from products you don't. That is your first step to not doing what Michaela did. If she felt like she needed to exaggerate the mascara, don't take the deal, girl. Just don't do it. Same with the foundation, same with all of it. But I don't think she cared. I think she just cared about getting these, I don't know, making herself more viral with a shortcut. And guess what? Most of the time with the shortcut, you end up behind when you try to take shortcuts like this. Because if you, as I've been saying this, if you really think through that fucking shortcut, okay, so what are you gonna do? Become like the commercials that drove people to want influencers in the first place? That just seems like a bad business strategy. I'm gonna be real. Really bad business strategy. I mean, I guess it's nice that she ended up like exposing a bunch of people that came out and defended her in like the most bullshit ways possible. And then what ended up happening that's even worse than that, finding out that quite a bit of your faves are totally fine with this influencer just literally lying out of her ass. She brought Jeffree Star back. Which, Jeffree will capitalize off of anything. Absolutely anything. And a woman getting canceled, even better. Even better. But she literally single-handedly brought this motherfucker out of the woodwork. Out of his little yak meat farm or whatever to talk shit and talk about and like review beauty products again. And I mean, honestly, the fact that some people were like, oh my God, I miss Jeffree. He was so much better. And like, and some of them were even saying shit like, basically insinuating that all of like the actual criminally horrific stuff that he's done, allegedly done or whatever, is like fine because at least he's honest in his reviews. And it's like that attitude, a whole video for a whole other day that I probably won't make because it's infuriating and I don't need to touch on that. But there is a fucking issue with that, okay? Those people are wrong in and of themselves. Like, please have better discernment than that. Like, if you can't go online and like find some actually honest influencers, because they do exist out there, like if you really have to resort to Jeffree Star, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. But I will say that I understand some people at least reminiscing the way that Jeffree did review things, which is honestly. Regardless, really, really hate that we brought literal Voldemort out of hiding. But at the end of the day, why am I talking about this? Because if you are an influencer, if you want to be an influencer, if you just want to have better discernment when it comes to the influencers that you follow, go towards honesty and authenticity, okay? Sure, as the creator, as the influencer, that might take a little bit more time to get your channel or your content, whatever it is, off the ground. But at least when it is off the ground, it'll be true to you. You won't have to do anything extra. You won't have to alter anything. It'll be who you are. And believe it or not, that is a really big incentive for people to follow you. When you are just authentically yourself and you're just authentically sharing your truth, it's more incentive for people to follow you because they feel that. They feel when there's truth, when there's relatability, when there is heart, a personality that's not fabricated, you know, or because like I feel part of it too, like just watching the two videos where she's exaggerating the makeup, right? There's the lash one and then there's the foundation. And like the way that she's talking, like, oh my God, guys, like this is just the best. I'm like, you are lying through your fucking teeth. Like I get uncomfortable watching those videos because I'm like, she's clearly exaggerating. But obviously the product is on her face. The mascara's in her lashes, you know, and she's going out of her way to make it look extra good, and people want to believe her, and they probably are used to believing her. And again, she's gone and fucked that shit up for herself. Once you lose your audience's trust in that way, it's so difficult to gain it back. So just choose honesty up front. Like, I don't get that. And then the fact that she was confronted about it, you know, via videos and things like that, people were talking about it and people were commenting, and she just doubles down. Like, literally, how to not be a product review influencer. That is Michaela Nogueira's story, in my opinion. Story. And it's really, honestly, a bummer because I really do believe, especially like beauty and skincare influencers, I really believe that they're so valuable because commercials do lie. Celebrities do put out their little brands and things and then go get, you know, Morpheus and vitamin injections into their face and like everything else or whatever. But be like, oh, but it's all my skincare line. And it's like, it's shitty. So like the fact that we have these people that are supposedly honestly reviewing shit, and that's okay. It can be a paid partnership, right? It's one thing if you get like free PR, you know, you were sent this, you decide to review it, like, okay, no guarantee that you'll like it, and you don't have to say that you do. And I'm not saying for a partnership you have to say you like it. In fact, if that is one of their stipulations, run, that is no, run away. That is not a company you want to work with because they don't care about what you actually think. And they don't care about your integrity with your audience. They just care about getting their product out there in whatever way necessary, right? But usually what happens, I imagine, I have not yet gotten to the point of like the level of paid partnerships that people do on YouTube, but I have done a couple of things, and both times that I agreed to do it, I already loved the product. I knew that I would be, you know, of course I'm getting paid, which is lovely, but there was no lack of authenticity in the way that I expressed my feelings about the product. And there was no lack of authenticity in my liking of the product, and my representing of it. And so, in my opinion, that's what I believe the foundation of paid partnership should be. It's, do I love the product myself? Can I honestly, authentically advertise it in, you know, in a way that is flattering and positive because I love it myself? Okay, great. Yes, let's see their stipulations. Okay, cool. Let's sign on to this. Let's fucking do it. This will be great. I'm literally getting paid to advertise a product that I love. That is the fucking dream as an influencer, right? Like the first time I get one of those like YouTuber brand deals, I'm gonna be so stoked. So stoked. And one of the reasons I'm gonna be so stoked is because they're more than likely it's gonna be a company that I already use. Or if I don't already use it, it's probably gonna be something that I've always been really interested in using. And, you know, in the wake of getting that email, I'll do my research, I'll see what's up, you know, give it a try, and then there you go. I can know whether I want to advertise that or not. And if it's something kind of like, you know, care of and things like that, I'm like, oh, well, I already know that I would love something like this. I just have never had a reason to really like go into it. And so the fact of the matter is, if I ever get an email from a company that I just don't care about, I don't care about their products. Not like I don't care, like, I don't care that they do well. I mean, like, I, for my own life, don't benefit from it. It's a pass. It's a pass. I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't want to feign enthusiasm or feign any sort of feelings about a product that I have no idea, no interest for. That is just me. I wanted to talk about this because it's just really ludicrous to me that people even do this shit. Like, it's just one of the quickest ways to cap your growth. You know, it's kind of like, and for some reason she popped into my mind in the last month or so, but it's kind of like this YouTuber that I used to follow a long time ago. Her name is Shallon Lester, and she's still just as problematic till this day as she ever was back then. But what's crazy is she was rapidly growing back then. Like, she was rapidly growing. Her channel was so rapidly growing. She had, I think, 350k subscribers. And then, of course, like, some drama channels started to make some videos about her because her content was really problematic. The way she was going about it was super problematic. She herself is like, seems to be a really negative and judgmental and just not okay person to be talking about the things that she's trying to talk about in many different ways. And instead of like coming out with an actual apology or like real response, and she wasn't capable of that, and I don't think she is till this day, because she's still doing the same shit, same problematic shit. But, you know, like, instead of at least putting something out on YouTube, which is where all of this was happening, she put something out on Reddit, which nobody's on fucking Reddit when the entire drama is happening on YouTube. But long story short, till this day, this was a couple years ago, this was about 2 years ago, her channel has not reached over, I believe it's like 370k. Probably because she's not willing to change her ways. Probably because she's still willing to do the same problematic shit. And the only people that are hanging around and, you know, are occasionally subscribing again are people who have not quite, one, don't see the problematic shit, and if they do, they choose to ignore it for whatever reason. or they just haven't seen enough to see that maybe this is not somebody you want to follow if you want to have like a positive outlook on people in life. But regardless, she completely capped her growth by being dishonest. Not even being, yeah, I mean, she was dishonest actually. She claimed that a YouTuber that made a video about her doxed her, which was complete BS. She by being dishonest, by not really self-reflecting, instead just doing like a faux apology band-aid over bullet wound situation, she has severely capped her reach. And anyone that ever says her name to me that is like, oh, I'm following this girl, this is her name, I'll be like, please watch this video, please watch this video, and please watch this video. Because she's not a good influence, and she's not someone that if you watch her content, you're going to come away long-term positive. I even made a video. I made a video because I used to watch her channel, and I made a video about why I didn't anymore and kind of how I started to fall away from it and why. And yeah, one of the big reasons was like, there's no lingering, like there's no positivity here. Even when I watch some of my favorite creators talk about, movies or whatever that they've seen, and even if the movie is a horror or something like that, I come away from that review positive, because I follow that creator that was reviewing that movie, because I come away from their content feeling positive, feeling like I can have a good outlook on life, or just a neutral outlook on life. After watching Shallon Lester's content for, I don't even know how long I watched it for, probably about 6 months, maybe a year, but I don't think it was that long, I started to realize how much more judgmental I was getting about myself, about others. I started to realize just my mindset, my outlook on life was just not to my liking. So essentially what Michaela Nogueira did by lying on a couple occasions and then just doubling down, tripling down, and then essentially staying silent as a way of dealing with it all, she has capped her growth. I honestly believe that. And if I'm wrong, okay, cool, I'm wrong. But I have a very strong feeling that she has capped her growth. Just like, in my opinion, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, they capped their growths when, it came out that they're literal criminals, allegedly. And sure, there might still be people that follow them and this and whatever, of course there are. But there's plenty of info out there to persuade them to do otherwise. And as an influencer, I think it's really dumb to make choices that literally persuade your audience to stop following you. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Just wanted to rant about that a little bit because it's really fucking bothering me. I hate it. I hate it. I hate when fucking influencers lie about the products that they're reviewing. It's fucking obnoxious. Because there's no need. There's absolutely no need for that. I promise you a brand deal will come around where you can make just as much money, if not more, promoting something you actually give a shit about. Like, I promise. Speaking of products, though, I'm going to be making a little bit of a change to the end of my YouTube videos. Instead of doing a tarot card reading, I'm just going to be letting you know a little bit of how to support the channel at the end, and I will mention the card reading there. So sorry for those of you that really enjoyed the card readings. They can get a little long sometimes, and I really would like to focus more on giving people specific individual card readings. So there are a few ways to support the channel. Of course, the first one is to like and then to subscribe and to click that bell, because I do post regularly, but I do not post on a schedule. And I also have a couple of affiliate links down below. I'll tell you what they are for, what they're about. So one of them is for natural Shilajit, and Shilajit is this really amazing resin. That's what it looks like if you're watching on YouTube. It's this really amazing resin that has a lot of incredible trace minerals. Trace minerals are things that should live in the soil that grows our food, but because our soil has been so stripped over time, the minerals in there are also sort of diminished and stripped. So what Shilajit does is it delivers these minerals to your body, and it helps you detox on a very, very, very deep level. It even helps with detoxing from heavy metals, which is what I started to use it for. You literally just scoop some of the resin out. It's quite goopy because it is resin. Or what I like to do is just pour some hot water in here, swirl it around a little bit, and then pour it into my drink. But essentially you dissolve it into hot beverages. And it does have kind of a little bit of a smoky taste if you add more, but the teeny tiny dollop that you usually need won't taste anything in your coffee or your tea. So highly recommend this amazing detoxing agent. I use it myself. It's awesome. And Natural Shilajit, the company, also makes some really awesome products like these little honey Shilajit sticks. So they're mixed in with honey, meaning you're not going to be tasting the Shilajit sort of like smoky resin taste. You're going to be tasting a lot more just honey, but you're going to have this amazing packed nutrient dense thing in there to help your body out. So check that out down below. The second affiliate code that I have is for this deodorizing supplement called It Just Works. Showing you on the YouTube video here if that's where you're watching or listening. And it is a deodorizing supplement. So deodorizing supplement meaning like deodorant but from the inside out. So it's got a few main ingredients here. It's got parsley leaf, it's got sodium copper chlorophyllin, and then you have organic peppermint leaf. Now these three ingredients, chlorophyll is probably the most potent one out of all of these to do this. They help gently cleanse your body as well as helping to detoxify and improve health. So the thing about body odor, be it bad breath or BO, or even, some odor that we get down there sometimes, it's just simply your body not working through certain bacteria quickly enough that as they are leaving your system, you kind of get this reaction where you smell. And I originally started to take this because one of the side effects is it's supposed to really help out with detoxing your body all around, and I was really struggling with my skin. I'd never had acne as a teen, but I was really been struggling with adult acne, and one of the main reasons usually that acne happens is your body is not properly detoxing in other places, so it kind of takes the detoxing out of your skin. Which is great, go body, do what you need to do, but I really got sick of breaking out. So what actually drove me to try this was the skin benefits, and it really does work. I really love it. It eliminates body odor, and it's really helped with my skin. So if you want to give this a try, go ahead and go in the description below, and you can find the link as well as, I believe there's a link and a code, but either way, all the info's there for you. And lastly, but certainly not least, another way that you can support the channel is you can book a 3-card tarot reading with me. So what I typically do is I charge $40 for a 3-card tarot reading. They typically last about 30 minutes, and they're very personal. They tend to be very insightful, and the way that you can access that is you can go to the description below, and there should be an email for you to email. Just email me there, letting me know that you would like a tarot reading, and we'll go from there. I do them over Google Meet. Once we email, I will send you a Calendly link to an event that I've made secret, so that it's not just open. I thought this would be a better way to do the tarot thing. So another way that you can go check out that email that you can email me for a tarot reading is if you go on my Instagram, in my link tree, the first tab, I believe underneath like the mail, YouTube, and podcast icons is to tarot inquiry email button. So check all that out. You can also check me out on social media. I'm mostly present on Instagram if I'm not here, but I do have a TikTok. So go ahead and find me at Embodying Mystical Mac on both of those things. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for supporting it as I grow and change and shift and try new things. I'm so fulfilled and excited about the places that this channel can take me, can take us, that it can go. And though it is in that super weird age of information parasocial way, I have an incredible amount of love for you. So thank you so much for existing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping me make my dreams come true. I vow to always be honest with you about my life, about my products that I ever review here. Obviously, I said I use these products that I'm talking about here with my affiliate codes, and I've done tarot for myself and for others for my entire life, and the amazing ways that I've seen it transform people's mindsets and just viewpoints around situations that they're dealing with. So I definitely don't take your support for granted, and I'm incredibly grateful. Incredibly, incredibly grateful. I'll catch you next time, and yeah, if you have any thoughts on the situation, if you didn't know about it, whatever, let me know down below, and I'll see you very soon.